Once upon a time, in a quiet village at the edge of a great mountain, there lived a young man named Kenji. Kenji was smart. He had read many books. He knew many things. But inside his heart, he felt heavy. His mind was always busy. Thoughts came and went like wild horses. He could never find peace. Every morning, Kenji would wake up worried. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? Every night, he would lie awake, thinking about yesterday's mistakes and tomorrow's fears. His mind was like a cup filled to the top with muddy water. There was no space for anything new, no space for joy, no space for peace. One day, Kenji heard about a wise old monk who lived at the top of the mountain. People said this monk had found the secret to a peaceful life. They said his eyes held the calm of a still lake. Kenji thought, maybe he can help me. So early one morning, Kenji began climbing the mountain. The path was steep and long, but his need for peace was stronger than his tired legs. After many hours, he reached a small wooden temple. In front of it sat the old monk, calm and still, like a tree that had been standing for 1,000 years. Kenji bowed. "Master, I have come from far away. My mind is always busy, cannot find peace, cannot sleep, cannot be happy. Please, teach me how to empty my mind." The old monk smiled gently. He did not say a word. Instead, he stood up and walked inside the temple. Kenji followed. Inside, the monk sat down at a low wooden table. He picked up a clay teapot and gestured for Kenji to sit across from him. The monk placed an empty cup in front of Kenji. Then, slowly, he began to pour tea into the cup. Kenji watched as the warm golden tea filled the cup. But the monk did not stop pouring. The tea reached the top of the cup, and still he kept pouring. The tea began to overflow. It spilled onto the table. It dripped onto the floor. Kenji couldn't hold back anymore. "Master, stop. The cup is full. It cannot hold any more tea." The old monk stopped pouring. He looked into Kenji's eyes with a soft, knowing smile. "You are right," the monk said quietly. "This cup is full, just like your mind." Kenji stared at the overflowing cup. He didn't understand. The monk continued, "You came here asking me to teach you, but your mind is already full. Full of worries, full of fears, full of old thoughts and heavy feelings. How can I pour anything new into a cup that is already overflowing?" A deep silence filled the room. Kenji felt something break open inside his chest. Tears came to his eyes. He realized the truth. His mind was the cup, and it had been full for so long. "Master," Kenji whispered, "how do I empty it?" The old monk picked up the cup. He walked to the door and poured the tea out onto the earth. Then he held up the empty cup. "To empty your mind," the monk said, "you must first let go. Let go of your worries. Let go of your anger. Let go of the things you cannot control. Let go of who you think you must be. Only then will you have space for peace. Only then will you have space for new understanding." Kenji closed his eyes. He took a deep breath, and in that moment he made a choice. He let go. He imagined all his fears, all his doubts, all his heavy thoughts, pouring out of his mind like tea from a cup. He felt lighter. He felt free. When he opened his eyes, the world looked different. The sunlight through the temple door seemed brighter. The sound of birds felt sweeter. His heart felt open. The monk smiled. An empty cup can be filled with fresh tea. An empty mind can be filled with fresh thoughts. An empty heart can be filled with love. This is the secret. Kenji bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master. I understand now." Before Kenji left, the monk gave him one more piece of wisdom. "Remember," the old monk said, "life will always try to fill your cup again. Every day, people will pour their worries into you. The world will pour its noise into you. That is why you must practice emptying your mind every single day. Like cleaning a cup. Make it a habit. Make it your peace." Kenji walked down the mountain that day as a different man. His steps felt lighter. His breath felt easier. His mind felt clear. From that day on, every morning, Kenji would sit in silence. He would close his eyes. He would imagine his mind as a cup, and he would pour out all the heavy thoughts, all the fears, all the noise. And slowly, day by day, his life began to change. He smiled more, he laughed more, he listened more, he worried less. People noticed. They asked him, "Kenji, what happened to you? You seem so peaceful." And Kenji would smile and say, "I learned to empty my cup." The moral of the story: my friend, we all carry heavy cups. Our minds are full of yesterday's pain and tomorrow's fear. But just like Kenji, we have the power to let go. You cannot control everything. You cannot fix everything. You cannot carry everything. But you can choose peace. You can choose to empty your mind. You can choose to let go. An empty mind is not a weak mind. It is a free mind. It is a peaceful mind. It is a mind ready to receive new blessings, new ideas, new love. So today, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine pouring out all that heavy water. Let it go. Make space for peace. Because when your cup is empty, life can fill it with something beautiful. Thank you for watching this story. If it touched your heart, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing stories. Remember, my friend, peace begins when you empty your mind. See you in the next story. Stay blessed.